WrestleMania.
CGI graphics. I was attending this event. It was my third WrestleMania, and sadly enough, when I looked to my left upon seeing the screen, I half expected to see those graphics before stupidly realizing that it was just CGI. Damn you, WWE, for fooling me.
America the Beautiful.
Which we didn't have happen whatsoever the last time we were at MetLife Stadium for whatever reason. Also, this unusual trend of having WrestleMania returning to stadiums they were at in recent years. Kind of like the backwards 29 and 30 since New Orleans hosted the event last year and East Rutherford hosted this year's event. Also, WWE must really be running out of places to host WrestleMania for them to go to Florida, Louisiana, New Jersey, and back to Florida again for next year. Did you ever consider Minnesota, Massachusetts, Georgia, hell, maybe even my kingdom of Toronto, or quite possibly a WrestleMania in the UK? WrestleMania 29 had one of the most epic stages ever with the Brooklyn Bridge, Statue of Liberty, and the Empire State Building. But when we return to MetLife Stadium, we get a supersized IMAX TV screen. Don't get me wrong, it's not that bad of a stage, but compared to a few years ago, really? That's the best you could come up with? No offense, but Yolanda Adams is kinda off sync with the choir and the music playing during her rendition of America the Beautiful. I'm trying to enjoy this, I really am. It's probably because I haven't heard much singing with choirs, but off-sync music makes me cringe a lot. I don't even know why, to be honest. It was cool to see the 4 military helicopters flying over MetLife Stadium, though this flying segment lasts nearly 2 minutes after the singing was over. Are we trying to make this look like an official movie intro or something? Nah, whatever. I have expected Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth to suddenly start playing during this intro, and honestly, I would have removed Sins if they actually did that, because Megadeth is awesome.
Shakespeare once said, all the world's a stage.
And Christian Miracle once said, skip. Oh wait, he still does. Ah! Sorry, that discount Willy Wonka look the Miz has always freaks me out and it made me jump to see it in close-up.
We are the storytellers.
Something fans don't seem to care about anymore for the dumbest reasons. Damn, anyone else feel chills during this part of the intro? Because the piano music while we see some of the greatest WrestleMania moments of the past was absolutely awesome. I really don't think showing Braun Strowman during this intro was the best idea considering he's not even part of this WrestleMania main show. Got reduced to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Also, Braun freaking Strowman got reduced to messing with Saturday Night Live assholes in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania. What? We're not done? That was the perfect time to go for the WrestleMania introduction and pyrotechnics, but instead we're going to go for another 2 to 3 minutes. They really are trying to make this the longest WrestleMania in history. Word of advice, stalling isn't the best strategy. Also, WrestleMania doesn't have to be 5 freaking hours, you know.
Never die.
So much staring. I bet the WWE knew how much I hated wrestlers staring at each other, so they had them stare at me just to further increase my annoyance. Also, 2 minutes of staring at the repeated line, never die. WrestleMania 35 at MetLife Stadium has opening pyrotechnics, yet WrestleMania 29 at MetLife Stadium did not. That's something I don't get. It's about the same amount of daylight tonight that it was 5 years ago on this same day. Why the hell do I keep seeing that same stupid I'm home sign at like every WrestleMania since whenever the hell it first showed up? Alexa Bliss of all people is the host of WrestleMania? Man, they really don't know what they're doing with her anymore. Also, pointless WrestleMania host is pointless. It seems like the only host of WrestleMania that made any sort of major impact was the New Day back when they brought out the Hardy Boys 2 years ago. Man, I miss having fun in Orlando.
Is gonna do an amazing job
by showing up now and being completely forgotten of for the next 4.5 hours.
I have the entire show in the palm of my hand.
But I do absolutely nothing about it, so what I just said is a complete waste of time.
All I have to do is snap my fingers.
I heard that there was somehow 164,000 people who were going to be attending WrestleMania, but when Alexa Bliss snapped her fingers, half of them disintegrated from existence. So we had to say there were 82,000 fans attending instead. Absolutely love seeing Hulk Hogan suddenly show up at WrestleMania. SmackDown Live is the house that AJ Styles built, and WrestleMania is the house that Hulk Hogan built. Sorry, but it's true.
Oh my goddess!
Oh my goddess.
Right here in the Silver Dome.
It was only funny at WrestleMania 30, now it's not.
In the MetLife Center.
Even when he goes back to reality, Hulk Hogan still botches the name of the location. Don't seem to recall this place being called the MetLife Center. Hulk and Alexa's posing contest. Paul Heyman reigning on Hulk and Alexa's parade was a little weird. I'm at least glad we can kill Brock Lesnar's title reign immediately, but as usual, there's no respect. What's even more weird than Paul reigning on the parade? Paul Heyman walking down the ramp to Hulk Hogan's entrance music. Sorry, Paul, but I'm the one who determines what's wrong with WrestleMania, not you.
To Las Vegas!
So we can gamble, get married, and spend our honeymoon there.
Beast Slayer Slayer!
Seriously? Beast Slayer Slayer? That's the best additional nickname out of the thousands of other nicknames you got for Brock Lesnar?
The reigning!
Damn it, the pyro was late for the party. Nowhere near as bad as the time the pyro was 15 seconds late at WrestleMania 31, but still. That's 2 WrestleMania events where Brock's pyro was late.
Back in November at the Crown Jewel.
The words Crown Jewel are sins for life.
This is a brilliant move by Lesnar.
Brock's only doing this so he could get his match over with and leave for Las Vegas, as Paul Heyman stated it. I really don't think he did it to make sure Seth Rollins wouldn't be ready. So, which one of these two is the Universal Champion? Because with the continued absences of the title, I lost track on who the champion really is. Is it the big guy with the gloves or the fat guy with the red belt? Judging by the graphics on this entrance, my first thought was that the demon Finn Balor has suddenly replaced Seth as Brock's opponent, followed by the possibility that Triple H was the replacement. Double confusion here. Well, thanks for nearly blinding Mama Maracle in that moment. No joke, look at my WrestleMania 35 reactions vlog and you can see a reaction to those pyrotechnics. Did Seth trip or is he limping? My guess is the first one because Seth doesn't seem to limp once he starts walking down the ramp.
Seth Rollins has won at every WrestleMania that he's been a part of.
Don't forget that he lost at WrestleMania 31 to Randy Orton. Sure, he won the WWE Championship later that night, but he also lost. Pre-match assault. Also, this assault goes on for like 5 to 6 minutes, twice the length of the actual match itself.
To get in the ring as the
Haha, you slipped. Did someone forget to clean up the ice at ringside again? Hate it when that happens.
the fight to the challenger. My God.
Corey Grace's delayed reaction to Seth getting thrown into the apron.
Bouncing off the LED screen.
Considering Seth can easily move the obvious curtain, that is clearly not the LED screen surrounding the ring. Wrong side of the ring, Michael.
With the bell! Oh, no.
Brock Lesnar demanded that the referee ring the bell to begin the match, but proceeds to continue assaulting Seth instead. This guy can never make up his mind, except for when he decides to show up. Most boring bullshit in the history of boring bullshit.
Lesnar hasn't forgotten the night 4 years ago.
Actually, knowing Brock, he more than likely has forgotten about the night Seth cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, given he doesn't give a fuck.
Brock Lesnar will, quote, violate.
Whoa! Brock's only interested in retaining his title, not committing sexual assault.
Oh, Brock Lesnar!
The referee coincidentally gets knocked down at the crucial point of the match cliche.
Lesnar almost ran into the official low blow!
Brock reacted to the low blow before Seth could even connect it. That was honestly an embarrassing low blow. Also, let's just get it over with. Victory due to the usage of low blows behind the referee's back is always a sin, even if Seth should have hit the move harder. Also, Seth is a dick to Brock Lesnar's.
There's the stomp!
Can we at least continue referring to this move as the curb stomp? Simply calling it a stomp doesn't give it the same intensity. It's a fucking outrage! Wait, why does that sound so familiar? Nothing better than a fucking disgrace to professional wrestling getting destroyed from the title scene, hopefully this time for good. Let's start all over with the sins, folks, because this WrestleMania kicked off in the best way ever.
Behind him.
To this day, I'm hoping that Seth will accidentally let go of the championship he swings and it goes flying into the crowd. That'd be the most hilarious moment in his career.
Special guest commentator.
Oh yeah, this is a recurring theme throughout the night, having guest commentators. It's alright at first, but then starts to get annoying after a while. 2 entrances in a row where the pyrotechnics went off at the wrong moment. Pyro usually goes off at the moment you hear the discount Mick Foley car crash effect in AJ Styles' theme. Too much light, can't even see AJ at all. In my opinion, that CGI Viper would have been worthy of a center mover if it was actually slithering on the stage instead of simply being a statue. It's somewhat cool to see the return of Randy Orton's reigning pyro, but it's falling to the hardly visible floor below the stage instead of right behind him.
Rodriguez and Jerry Soto.
You hear that, Nigel McGuinness? Even Tom Phillips doesn't forget about Jerry Soto. AJ weirdly lifting his leg up like an awkward teenager posing for a prom photo with his date. That, or it was a quick power stretch before Irish whipping Randy into the corner.
Randy Orton.
For the second outdoor WrestleMania in a row, we have a situation where the dumbass technicians are blinding the fans with their giant spotlights. Why the hell do they always do that? I'm throwing in 5 sins, and those fans who are unable to watch this match due to the lights would agree with me.
Orton with some speed and blast.
The awkward way AJ leaped into the air after Randy collided into him. It looked more believable if AJ simply flew off instead of leaped off. Either turn those goddamn lights off or give the fans free drinks as an apology for having them miss this awesome match.
Randy.
AJ has clearly lifted up wrestlers heavier than Randy with no problem, but has a lot of trouble lifting up Randy himself.
Thinking about the phenomenal.
The move AJ's looking to execute is the Styles Clash, not the phenomenal forearm. Haven't you called many of AJ's matches over the past 2 years, Tom? Sorry, Chris Jericho kept me confused on who's who. AJ barely has the calf crusher locked in. I highly doubt it's affecting Randy as much as it normally would on anyone else.
The
way Randy leaped for the RKO is hilarious.
Oh no!
Let's remove another sin because that was one of the most perfectly executed superplexes I have seen Randy do throughout his career.
Into the canvas.
The technicians turned off the lights like they should have done when this match started, but then decided to fuck around with the audience and turn them back on. You fucking dicks, shoving 5 more sins up your ass for being douchebags. Well, by yelling to the crowd that you're gonna hit the RKO, you just alerted AJ and given him the chance to bait you in. No wonder Randy loses this match.
Too much time going to the
You're disgusting, AJ. Randy tasting the tape on his hand. I even see the smallest of things in these videos, but at this point, everyone knows that.
Pele kick to the back of the neck.
That Pele kick clearly connected on Randy's shoulder blade, not the back of his neck.
No!
The fact that Jerry Lawler was just being a cheerleader for Randy Orton this entire match, just glad it's over. Hey, Lacey Evans, here's 10 cents. Screw off with this shit. It's one thing for her to constantly do this every single week on Raw and SmackDown, but at WrestleMania 2? Ugh. Also, 5.5 hour WrestleMania event somehow has time for this shit. You couldn't just hit the Usos theme from the beginning instead of boring us with Lacey Evans? What the actual hell? The bar's non-pyro. Seriously? We're at WrestleMania, an event where the pyrotechnics actually happen, and we're still resorting to non-pyro? Also, this is something else I wanted to point out. For whatever reason, there's a set of stairs where some of the wrestlers enter literally halfway down the entrance ramp. This ramp isn't even that long compared to Orlando's nearly 90-foot-yard ramp 2 years ago. Why do we have some wrestlers enter halfway down the ramp, whereas others enter from the beginning? It's completely sad thinking that Shinsuke Nakamura was in one of the biggest hype matches at WrestleMania last year, looking at where he is now. Welcome to WrestleMania, Ricochet and Aleister Black. Is this like their 20th tag team title opportunity or something? Good lord. Snickers presenting WrestleMania is basically as big a tradition as WrestleMania trying to become a 24-hour event. Also, skip!
Goes Jay. Sheamus is legal.
Sheamus looked to pull himself through the ropes. Aleister looked to pull Sheamus over the top rope. And that's when confusion hits.
Forced to step up.
What's up, Boost?
Jimmy Uso saying what's up Boost to absolutely no one. Aleister is out of the ring, so naturally the first thing to do is talk to the air.
Styles right here.
Oh my.
Look at this.
Oh!
That was awesome, no doubt. Here's 2 sins removed for the perfect timing by both Ricochet and Cesaro. I can't be the only one who wants to see these two compete in an epic one-on-one match, right?
Cesaro's still going.
We interrupt WrestleMania 35 to bring you WrestleMania 33. Although I'll definitely remove 2 more sins because to see Sheamus hammer away on so many wrestlers while Cesaro swings Ricochet around for 1 entire minute was a great moment. Constipated Ricochet.
Outside the ring, Jay takes.
It's cool when wrestlers throw themselves out of the ring while tossing their opponents out at the same time. But in this case, Jey Uso literally had to climb over the ropes, which made him nearly break his leg.
This could do it. New tag team champ.
While that was a cool way for Ricochet to break up the pinfall, he was sadly late to the party. By the time he broke it up, Shinsuke successfully pinned Aleister. So no, this match is over, and Shinsuke and Rusev are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
I am Rusev.
I am Groot.
Oh my.
Even if Ricochet tripped upon impact, the fact that he flipped out of that multi-man move from the top rope was amazing. This match is awesome, most definitely.
How did Ricochet roll through?
Well, somebody obviously hasn't been keeping up with NXT or Ricochet's entire career.
Broken up by everybody.
Well, almost everybody.
The double.
Kinda sucks that the Double Oos had very poor timing at the end of this match. Darn, that's a shame.
I was never considered best in the world until you came along.
Who are you and what have you done with the real Miz? The way this promo is playing, Shane McMahon is looking like this is from the WWE 2K video games. Am I the only one who noticed that? That CGI trophy honestly looks better than the real-life counterpart. That's just sad.
In the world!
About 2 minutes of Shane McMahon getting introduced 3 times, not to mention his music annoyingly restarting itself every single time. Good lord.
This is just classless.
George Mizan may hate Shane McMahon, but even he can't resist bobbing his head to Shane's music. It is catchy after all.
The struggles this man has gone through.
It's honestly awkward that Byron Saxton went from whining like a little bitch about The Miz to singing his praises and bowing down to him. Go back to the first thing, at least that fits Byron's character.
Got a falls count anywhere, man.
What the hell is wrong with the referee? The match that's about to take place is a falls count anywhere match, which can also start anywhere. What's up with stopping Miz? Let them fight.
Anywhere. The first man in pinfall.
Pussy. Stop backing Miz away. As a matter of fact, why isn't the referee also leaving the ring like he's supposed to? Did he forget about the type of match he's officiating or something? How about instead of telling Shane to get into the ring, you, I don't know, chase him no matter where he runs to?
TV! That was must-see TV!
Wah, wah.
Miz is hurt.
Oh my god, Tom, you're a genius. I would have never figured it out that Miz got hurt from being hit in the freaking head with a TV monitor. This was a hilarious scene during the match, but it would have been more, no pun intended, awesome if Vince McMahon came out to assist Shane and George whooped Vince's ass. Hell, get Teddy Long to make this a tag team falls count anywhere match, playa. Sorry, but any cringe moments I see have to be sinned, even if I was laughing the whole time at George attempting to fight.
Oh my God.
Attacking the elders, it's just another day in the life of the McMahons. I clearly saw George mouth the word yet. I guess he's basically telling Miz, I'm fine, just let me take a nap in the ring. My lifelong goal of sleeping inside a WrestleMania ring is finally happening. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh.
And then Miz and Shane accidentally broke the support tower and killed everyone underneath the roof of the setup. The end.
That's exactly...
Convenient location for workers at the stadium to place random steel chairs for whatever reason. I mean, no one was going to be sitting there, so it's a little pointless.
This is all legal.
Stating the obvious.
Oh, Miz.
That dumbass fan right there who tripped and fell on his ass at the moment Miz hit Shane with a chair. Watch where you're going, you idiot. Just when the rest of the commentary team believed they were safe from harm by being so far away from the ringside area, nope!
Oh, goodness! Oh, my...
That monitor shot was so brutal, it caused Shane to jump into the air on his own accord and drop out of sight into the darkness below.
Not only did I... That's a golf cart.
Well, thanks for randomly stating what's inside, as if we don't know what a golf cart looks like. Got your nose! Mrs. Impressed face. Now's not the time to be impressed. This guy beat the hell out of your father, man. Shane McMahon climbing high structures cliche. Yep, that's a new cliche on these videos now. Can you blame me, though? Begging for mercy. I thought Shane was the best in the world. No best in the world begs for mercy from anyone.
Oh, my God!
Without a doubt, a kick-ass superplex to conclude this Falls Count Anywhere match.
A cover! There's a cover!
Shane wins at WrestleMania by accident. Yep, by accident.